All right. Hey there, everybody on the channel. J3Productions coming to you doing a live chat. Got my boy Ryo here, and we're just going to talk all things, some figures, stop motion, action figure photography, just that whole deal. So, this is something that we want to do pretty regularly. Anybody that comes in the chat, go ahead and drop us a line. We'll interact, we'll read it out there, and we're going to go from there. So, Ryo, say hello to the people.
Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Good start to everybody's having a great start to their week. I'm definitely trying to. I just got off the gig, so yeah, y'all know how that go.
All right. So yeah, I mean, like, so we linked up like on some connect on some collecting stuff. Honestly, I was trying to make a sale. He was
hmm
trying to buy some stuff, and so randomly we linked up. So yeah, bro, tell me what all do you collect?
you know what, man? I've got a vast collection of some of everything. It's crazy because I actually started with the Lightning collection for Power Rangers. Power Rangers was just something I grew up on watching. I think the first time I ever started watching Power Rangers was like six, and I was a kid that pretty much kind of like stayed to myself. So I had a old. If anybody you go through the store and see the plastic bins. I had bins full of different types of toys. Most it was majority Power Rangers. But now I got older and I'm starting to get into toy collecting. The Lightning collection. I mean, they were there. They were cheap. They reminded me of childhood. I was like, oh, okay, I grab them. But then I started noticing like, oh, there's different figures for some of everything. You got your Marvel Legends, your DC collectibles, your Mezcos, your Mayfix, SH figure art. So I kind of done dipped my toe into just about every toy line. It hurt my wallet, but at the end of the day, I can say, yeah, everything I got, man, I've got everything ranging from Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if a lot of you guys out there are familiar with Common Rider. They're like the Power Ranger counterpart. But I've got Common Riders, Marvel Legends. I've got about 10 different Spider-Man. It's just crazy, man. So I kind of like then dip my toe into just about everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole, man. Like I think I've only been going for I mean 4 3 4 years and just
hmm
so much stuff, and like it was the same way, like getting into, basically I collect for DC. I do Mezco and Mayfex
Right.
and a little figure arts, and then the DC multiverse. But then I also went back and got a lot of the DC Universe classics, the Mattel
hmm
multiverse. So basically anything DC had. And then Marvel Legends is great, and then because I was a Attitude Era wrestling guy. I've talked myself into buying ultimates from
Oh
guys
yeah.
from that
hmm
time period, even though I really don't need to be doing that. I talked myself into that. So you do action figure photography.
yes. Yes.
So talk to me a little bit about that.
You know what? It's actually crazy, man, because I honestly did not plan to get into photography whatsoever. My thing was I just because originally I wanted when I started collecting, I wanted to keep my figures in the box. And I accidentally stumbled upon a action figure photographer on Instagram. Y'all out there on Instagram, Metallics XD. Y'all go follow him. That boy does amazing work with some action figure photography. He's crazy. And I just started. The more and more I was looking at his photos. I was like, "Yo, I think I could do that." And with that, plus the combination of this was right at the height of the pandemic, and I was not classified as an essential worker, so I was kind of just at home bored. So I was like, I got these figures sitting in the box. I got my iPhone. Let me, try to see what I can come up with. And it was crazy, man, because my first couple shots, I can say they were abysmal. But when I started to reach out to other toy photographers, they were giving me tips and everything like that. I can definitely say my stuff has come a long way. And I mean, at this point, man, it's been, going three years now doing it. I love it. I can say it went from a hobby to kind of like a passion project. And I just love it. I like all the different combinations of things, not being limited to just, oh well, the Power Rangers fought Lord Zed, like, they really wouldn't be fighting Piccolo. But at the same time, a lot of guys were like, hey bro, these are your toys, you make whatever world you want. That's the fun. Really, that's the fun. Because I mean, you wouldn't see the Power Rangers fighting Piccolo or Jiren or Broly or somebody like that. Obviously they get wrecked, but in a picture, it looks fire. And that's definitely the fun, the passion part about it. It's amazing, man. Oh, appreciate it, brother. Mm, right. Yeah. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Honestly, man, that was I really want that to be like my next level, because I'm cool with just the pictures are dope. I think I've gotten a lot better. Like somebody actually reached out to me a few weeks ago and said it was, they thought it was art. I was like, I've never been, so I thought that something like that would be considered art. So I thought eventually I was like stop motion would be the next step, because I'm like, yo, if I can get these guys like moving and fighting, because I've seen a lot of guys, yourself included, doing that as well. And I was like, I really think I could do that. I've got enough figures for the job. So I could probably like put once I sit down and do the work and try to figure out exactly what. But like you said, brother, life just life be life, and just trying to find a different avenue. It works out better though now, because I'm with my job, my hours have changed, so I'm getting off at 4 instead of 6, so that frees up my time a little bit. But it's like, oh, my wife wants something, my dog wants something. I'm like, dang. But it's like I'm definitely gonna get into that, man. That's the next logical step.
Yeah, definitely. It's yeah. When you get into that, let me know because it's I don't know. I just like I said, some of these guys out here, some of these cats out here putting out 20, 30 minute projects every month, and I'm just like, where do you
Right.
have the time? Like, and I don't know how old they are. Like maybe they're younger than we are, so
Mm,
they got like a little more
yeah.
free time. But like, I just don't have it. Although I wish that I did. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely definitely get into, I recommend getting into it because it's, I don't know, it's fun to me just to have them moving and have them doing the things you want them to do for real.
Right, definitely. Definitely. That's the next step, brother. As soon as I can just find some time to do the research. And I mean, I definitely link with you, man, because I think uh probably my favorite video that you have up on your Instagram is the flash and the reverse flash. I'm like, yo, that joint is fire. I could swear I was watching the if y'all out there seen the Flashpoint Paradox movie, or I think it was Injustice 2, where they were running through the street and they
Yeah,
they were they were fighting a ninja in the video game.
yeah.
I was like, yo, this is sick. And I'm like, I don't know if you intentionally tried to recreate that, man, but it was fire. It was fire.
I appreciate you saying that because like it's like I don't know if I'm a creative person or not. Like I don't in my head just do like stuff from scratch. So like I definitely
Mm,
referenced Injustice and I definitely referenced Flashpoint Paradox for those
right.
scenes. So it's like it's not scene for scene, just because some of the stuff gets, I don't want to say it's impossible to translate. I mean, I probably could, but like like I said, I'm also
Mm,
battling time constraints and efficiency constraints, and some of the stuff. I mean, I'm
right.
just learning as
Yeah.
I go. So, but no, I definitely reference scenes, and those were two of the big reference points
Mm, yep.
for that piece. So, yeah, I'm really happy with the way that Flash turned out, and
Yeah, it was sick, bro.
yeah,
It was sick.
yeah. No, I mean, there in. there's nothing like Mezco's on camera. Like
Yeah.
I like a lot of other stuff for different reasons, but like the Mezco's on camera, like I had so much fun doing my Wonder Woman one because like that figure looks so great on camera.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, and we were talking about, do you collect Marvel Legends?
You know what, man? Honestly, I did not. Instead of like trying to just get every single Marvel Legend, I kind of dialed back and just I really want to just get the ones that I like instead of just grabbing. Because when I got introduced, man, to that Mezco Wolverine,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go back to Marvel Legends because I've got the Wolverine that was in the Love Triangle 3 pack. Because I was like, oh, this is the only way I'm gonna get Cyclops for now. I was like, let me go ahead and just let me just buy this 3 pack. It come with Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Cyclops. I said, okay, cool. But yeah, man, when I got that Mezco Wolverine, I was like, yeah, I think I'm putting down the Legends for a while. So yeah. I did get the Miles from the game. I did get that Marvel Legend. Good. I mean that's just an amazing figure on its own. And it's like certain ones they they can kind of stand on their own. So I'm like, yeah, I'll probably grab this one or grab this one. I might grab a few just to like army build stuff. Like I got 8 Ultrons just to like army build.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just just whatever comes out, man, that I want, like that Blade from the Midnight Sun pack that's coming out eventually. I'm probably gonna grab that. But yeah, I done kind of steer clear of Marvel Legends just to save for my budget.
So when that Mezco Wolverine dropped, I did a comparison video.
Mm,
One of my verses, like basically, who's wins, what's better between the Mafex and the Mezco, and I angered some people, like to the point like I don't know
yeah,
what the f I'm talking about, whatever. And it's like it's crazy because it's like, well, first off, it's just my opinion. I can't really be wrong.
right.
Um, but like I just my issue with, because I always had intended on going back, bouncing back and forth between a Marvel and a DC stop motion universes, and
Mm,
when the projects kind of got so like, long for me to complete, I was like, well, I don't necessarily have the time to fledge out both, so I'm just, DC's my heart, DC's where I'm at, so I'm gonna do that. And
right.
so, but I still always kick around in the back of my head, and I still have planned out like a Marvel phase, and like I think about, okay, well, what would I do with the Wolverine figure? And my biggest issue with it is it doesn't you. It doesn't play well with others. It doesn't scale well. Like he's too big. Like not even just height wise, just like his head size to it's just too big. And it's like the
Mm,
thing is when you're going to mix it, do stop motions or probably even photography with a third party, not third party, but like a high end figure where they don't fledge out the whole universe, you're gonna have to mix and match. And so
right.
you've got to be able to have stuff for it to go with. And so I mean, I don't have many Marvel selects unless they're like oversized characters. Like I got that Apocalypse, but
Oh yeah, that thing is huge.
yeah, yeah, no, it's a big boy. But if like I'm not doing that, then I just have to be like, okay. And then like all of my female characters that in the X-Men are either Marvel Legends or Mafex, and I look at the Mezco
Apex, yep.
Wolverine next to those, and I'm like, it just doesn't fit. So
Because so it's big.
right.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then I preferred the Mafex face sculpt, head sculpt, because not because it was better painted or anything like that, just because it looked more like kind of like that cartoonish style, and I liked that, and
Yeah.
which was
Hmm.
I never once said that Mafex does a better paint job on that than the Mezco, but
Right.
it's like if you get into if you when you're comparing those figures, and full disclaimer, I prefer Mezco to everything. That's why I use them in my stop motions, so it's not a
Mm,
bias thing. But when you compare, and people want to be like, if I do a comparison with the Mezco, and they want to be like, oh well, what about the paint job on the Mezco? So well, first of all, like, yeah, I mean, on the face sculpts and where there's paint, sure, but there's cloth goods. And so me taking my Mafex whatever and saying, oh, the paint job's a little bit messy around the costume. Okay, well, I have Mezcos where the stitching's a little poor. So that's the
Mhm.
equivalent. Like it's not apples to apples. Like so, and then also those things only that could just be my copy of the figure. So,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's just crazy how the community gets about certain stuff. But I'm glad people
It's
watch. I'm
ridiculous,
glad people
man.
watch though.
Yeah. And I've never been that way, man, anal about stuff because I've got the Mezco Superman, the one that's got all the different accessories and his capes. Like the stitching is kind of bad, like his the capes like almost like it was coming off damn near. And I wasn't pissed off about it. Like I just went and just stitched it up myself and fixed it. Bam, simple fix. Like is I just feel like a lot of people, man, they just be so anal and nitpicky about stuff. Like some stuff, yeah, sure, but it's like when you um prime example, re-releases. When companies, especially SHF, because they've done it a lot, they re-released a couple of Dragon Ball Z figures that they had out years ago. Somebody like me who wasn't able to get this figure, now it's been out for a while. It's like guys are selling prime example, the trunks, the SHF trunks, the Saiyan armor trunks. Dude, I've seen people trying to sell that thing for like $200. And when SHF announced they were doing a re-release, people were like, "Oh, well, I ain't finna spend my money on this. I already bought the old one. Why do I need to?" Well, it's not for you, genius. It's for people who didn't get the first one and are not about to spend $200 for an older figure when there's a new one that they're about to drop. Like, why are you being so toxic because you want a new figure? Oh, well, they need to be doing other stuff. I already got mine. Okay, brother, that's good for you, hold down. Somebody like me who wants this figure is not finna pay $200 for the old one. Let me get the new one for 60. Let's call it a day. Like these companies, they have these bucks already in the back. They can just, paint, scale up the paint a little bit, and everything like that and ship them out. It's easier for them to do that than to make a whole new buck on, a new figure. And I think a lot of people, man, they just it's just real anal, man. But my wife, she keeps me calm about it. She's like, "Hey, don't worry about it." And I mean, I be in bed, man. I just be reading these comments that I'm like, bro, what? Like, why are you shitting on the figure? Like, because people don't have it. I'm not finna buy yours just so you can get four of the new ones and then resell them. Like, that's messed up. I'm not gonna do that, but it's crazy, man. But I try to steer clear of all that stuff just so I can enjoy it. It's such a great and fun hobby, man. I just do the best I can with it. It takes me out of what is going on in the world, just so I can create my own little world, and I'm happy, man. I'm happy with it.
For sure, for sure. So I kind of got sidetracked, but like, so what I was gonna ask
Oh,
with
you good,
With
brother?
with
No
the
problem.
Marvel Legends question is, the has
So I'm not backing it just for several reasons. The main reason for me is I've just got other stuff I'm so much interested in. I'm not gonna say Giant Man. Well, I can definitely say Giant Man was definitely a character that I just didn't like. It's like, oh, he gets big, so because I grew up watching, I'm like you, bro. I'm a DC, DC is my bread and butter, and I grew up, watching. A lot of people may not remember the Super Friends. I thought Apache Chief was that dude. Like he just he would get big, and it was like that was my guy. And then you got Marvel, basically their equivalent to Apache Chief was Giant Man. So, and that figure, man, it just the different face plates and everything like that. It was cool, and it's just something I'm not interested in just throwing my money into just because it's not a character that I really want. And I just honestly, man, I don't know where I would put that thing. That's part of the reason why I didn't. I'm still trying to track down one. Didn't get it. But that's part of the reason why I didn't get the Galactus. Just because it's such a huge figure. My wife would be if she saw how much that thing was and her initial reaction, no, you not bringing that thing in my house. That's not finna. I saw a picture. Somebody put it on their daughter's tricycle. Like it was that big, it could fit on a tricycle. I don't think Giant Man is gonna be as big as Galactus, but it's just something, man. I'm just not interested in throwing my money in. The same when they, HasLab did the Ghost Rider, that Ghost Rider car. That thing got a lot of, oh my God. I don't even, man, I don't even think we need to talk about it. Woo! Jesus, that thing was just, it's like, nah, I'm not finna pay. What I think they wanted, what, 400 or 500 for it? It might have been 350. I'm thinking about, you know what? I'm thinking about something else. Yeah, it might have been 350. I'm thinking about the Super 7 Cats layer that they want all that money for. Yeah, nah. Mm. Oh wow. Right. Mhm. Mm. Mm. Right. Mhm. Mm, yeah. Yeah. Stages of him growing, the progression of him growing. Yeah. Yeah. Right. They be hard pressed to get it at this point, man. What you say? 6 days left? Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, no, nah. I really think they're gonna have to. I think they're gonna have to reevaluate some stuff, man. As far as like what they're, because I think what you just said, bro. I think that's a perfect. That would be a perfect. Give me a 6, 12, 24, and then that. I think that would be for what they're asking. That Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, like they were just, I don't know if they just sat in the room and just was all high when they was talking about it. Like, oh, I think a $350 car would be great if we did it. Let's, the hell, like, yeah, I think everybody. I don't know what they was smoking that day, but and then the Giant Man is like, we would love to see some stuff like, give me the different stages of him growing. That would be fire. And you got the box for it. Hell, look at Galactus. You can put all that in one box. Um, I think they're gonna have to really just reevaluate some stuff, man. I don't want to say it's dead because I feel like there's a bunch of different characters that the Has Labs could come up with to get backers, but they just gonna have to look at stuff. It's like with Lightning Collection, they're taking this hiatus. Hasbro's they're taking this hiatus real quick and try to get some stuff working because the Lightning Collection got a few problems now. It started rocky and then kind of got better. Now it's kind of like then dropped down. So now they're like, oh, okay, let's take a break and just reevaluate some stuff. It's like, okay. Same with the Star Wars, man. I think the Black Series, they need to do some stuff too, man. I don't know if you're a big Star Wars guy, but the I think it's weird. I think it's so weird why does a Jedi need a trigger hand? Why are these figures coming with trigger hands? Like a grip hand. A grip hand. That's fine. That's easy. But it's crazy, man. They gotta take some steps back. Listen to the it'd be nice if they would listen to serious people that are serious about stuff like this, like us. Like, but obviously not, oh, if we don't get this figure, then we're gonna kill some executives. It's like, whoa, brother, you too passionate.
Right. It's too
Dial it
much.
down. It's like it's never that serious. But I don't want to say it's completely dead. I think the next thing that they come out with is gonna make or break HasLabs though. I really do. Because it's like these failed, it's like how many times can you keep putting out a project and see that nobody wants it before we're just like, okay, we're done, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just,
I don't know. I mean, they're just failing to land with the price point. It just seems like, it's not like they're coming out with things that like nobody would want, but it's like,
mhm.
well, you're just not hitting the mark. You know, you need to go $50 less here, or you need to throw in something extra there to get it at that price
Yeah,
point. So, and I'm sure once again, I'm sure the math all works for them with whatever they're willing to produce it for. But it's yeah, I don't know. So they're gonna just change something, or else it just you're just not gonna keep not making them.
it's a done deal.
So, all right, in the world of TV and all that news with DC, this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, but
I thought because I talked about this with my wife because she loves Henry Cavill in The Witcher. And because he, this whole thing, she read this whole thing about because he left The Witcher to go be Superman's like, nah, you can't get your, we already hired somebody else to play Geralt, so you can't, come basically jump back and forth. Um, I thought them changing the whole cast was just ridiculous, man. It didn't make any sense to me. Like you've got these established actors in these established roles and trying to just scrape the barrel and try to recast and find people to play these roles. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I did not agree with as big as a Batman fan as I am, and I got the tat here. Like I am a huge Batman guy. Uh, I didn't like Bat. Of course, I'm not gonna like Batman using guns just because I'm that guy. Like I'm a diehard Batman. No, Batman don't use guns. Yeah, he did, and oh, he did in the Silver Age. Well, we ain't in the Silver Age, but I'm going off into another tangent. But back to your question, I thought it was absolutely crazy, man, because I think Ben Affleck, for what he was given, I think he was great as Batman. I really do. I think he was great. Henry Cavill was great as Superman. You got Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I mean, they were just great. Obviously, whatever Ezra Miller, whatever he got going on in his personal life, if you gonna fire people for just like the minimal things that they do outside in the real world, obviously he should have got replaced a long time ago. Like let's just be real. He should have been out of there. There should have been no reason why he was ever even considered to do a Flash movie. And the fact that people was just not supporting, even my friends, they were calling me like, are you are you going to the Flash movie? I'm not giving Ezra Miller my money. Like I'm just not doing it. And it went straight to digital. I think it went straight to digital, like all the streaming platforms about 2 weeks later. The theater here was actually given, buy one get one free on these tickets. I'm like, I don't ever remember getting a buy one get one free movie ticket for this movie specifically. This like, nope, it's not doing that good, and I still haven't seen it. So it's like, okay, well, I gotta, at some point I'll check it out. But
you
Um,
should check it out. I do not like Ezra Miller
yeah,
as the Flash. I don't like his portrayal of the Flash. I don't think it's good at all. It's not the Flash. It's not how I want to see Barry Allen, but
right.
whatever. It's it's whatever.
And it's like all my boys, man, are pressing me to see it. Obviously, I'm gonna see it because Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, of course. Oh my God, yes. And it's like I saw something talking about, oh well, Michael Keaton's Batman Beyond movie would have got approved if The Flash had done well. You knew this movie was not gonna do well. You knew these people was not gonna go with this, from breaking and entering to kidnapping to, man, we could list all the charges this man has, and it's like I don't even know why, like, and even now, like with the Aquaman movie that's about to come out, it looks good, but following behind that, it's like, it'll probably do okay. We'll see. It'll probably do okay, but I think them recasting, man, is just crazy. I think honestly, because I'm a big animation guy, I think that DC should just focus on their animated universe, honestly, because Marvel's got the MCU locked up. You got the Marvel fans, you got the people that are just fans of good movies and good writing that are coming out to see these movies, and it's like DC is just putting anything out there. I saw a post, somebody was like, "Hey, if y'all want to make a good DC, y'all want to make a good movie, take Batman the animated series and do that. Like, make that a movie. We will be standing in line to go see Batman the animated series as a movie, Superman the animated series as a movie. It's like you can't go wrong, you know?
Right. No, that's a great like characterization of like Batman, Superman, the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, how all that
Yes.
should interact and all that. I mean, my my thing is where all that lost me for real was when it's from the start. I I
Right.
I I hate I death has to mean something to me. And so I hate movies. Marvel does it too. DC does it on TV, film, whatever. And I get comics do it, but that's
Mm,
another thing. Like, if someone dies, they need to die.
let
Like
them die.
I don't need
Yeah.
them to come back with special means. I don't need them to be brought back with magic or science, or I don't need you to go get hop into another universe and get another version of them and just replace them like it's the same person. Like I don't need that because then the death doesn't mean anything, and
Mm,
it's one of those things like I get in comics because over the course of 60, 70, 80 years with these characters you run out of stuff and then new writers come along, they're like, I want to write that character, let's bring them back. I get that. Okay, that's a
yeah.
different medium. You're talking about movie universes that it's have gone on from anywhere from 15, or in case of the DCU, you did it right out the gate, a few years. You really can't think of anything else to do with the story except kill somebody and bring them back, regardless of whether it
Right.
happened in a comic or not. That's irrelevant. It's just not a good story to me. And then the other
Mm,
thing that they did that was so bad about that is I love Ben Affleck's Batman because that's the first time on film that I've seen Batman where I'm like, he could get one from Superman. He could get him. He could get him.
yeah.
Like what I'm saying. That's what I need. I need my Batman to be on par with these gods essentially.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
so
much.
right, and so that's the thing they did well. The thing they did poorly is you're making Batman at the end of his career when he meets Superman. The ages were just off.
Right.
I need
Yeah.
I want a younger Batman with that Superman so they can have a long running career together. I don't need Superman coming in while Batman's on his way out.
Right. Yeah. It's don't make sense.
Yeah.
Really, let's just call a spade a spade. It don't make sense. But it's like they just writing stuff just to like get people in, and we'll just oh, they'll come see it. It just, yeah. But when you analyze and break everything down, it's like, no, was y'all really doing your homework when you did this, or do you just want to put out a movie and, oh, we did it. Let's put this puppy to bed, and then, oh, we bring, like, with in the case of Superman, we bring Superman back. Well, what was the purpose of him dying?
There was no
it
purpose.
it it demeans everything, because it's like everything would have played out exactly the same. There was no reason for him to die in the Justice League movie. And God, I swear they just need to look, man. Justice League. the show was just, I mean, it was for what it, lack of a better word, it was a masterpiece. I thought, even growing up, and when I was younger, I was like, oh, okay, well, I just want to see the superheroes beat up people. That's what. But then when I got older, like, yo, these are complex stories. These are actual real people. Yeah, they got powers, but they're dealing with relationships. Like shit, Martian Manhunter's got to deal with the fact that his entire race is gone. Like that's obviously that's something, Superman can, kind of comfort him about and everything. Wonder Woman got exiled at one point, and then at the end, they all got fucking betrayed by Hawk Girl. So it's like, these are actual people. They dealing with stuff. It's like, wow, bro. Like they could do that, but it's like, they just want to put out something flashy. And to me, for a while, I thought it was like they was trying to keep up with Marvel, which that was just not gonna. That was just a failed attempt anyway. If they were trying to keep up with Marvel, like, nah, it just wasn't gonna happen.
I just feel like too many times they get people doing these movies who are good. They're obviously good, talented filmmakers. They're
Hmm.
obviously talented storytellers, and they may think the idea, what they know about Batman or Superman is, oh, okay, that's cool, but it's like
Right.
they can't get out of their own way, like doing like you didn't have to do, XY. You didn't have to add that dynamic to Superman where he's got to, kill somebody and then try to come back from it and realize, do I want to. He doesn't need all that. Like you can just make,
Right.
you can have a personal stance of, I'm not going to kill people without experiencing killing somebody. like
Yeah.
you know, like I
It,
don't.
it's like the hell.
I get that obviously you put him in a situation where you're trying to create that he doesn't have a choice, but like, well, that was the circumstance you put him in. You don't even have to put him in that circumstance, or you can figure a way out of that circumstance where he doesn't have to kill the dude. Like,
Yeah.
I, so what do you think? So what are you thinking? Are you ready for James Gunn's universe?
Oh, sorry, bro. My dog was acting crazy.
You good?
And he just, oh my God, my wife is gonna kill me because she's still working. But I'm sorry, man. What was that?
What do you think of James Gunn's universe?
You know what? I haven't even really looked at anything from James Gunn's universe, or even like, just because, man, I just been so caught up with life. Oh man, it's just been so crazy. Like I'll look at stuff. I will go back and look at older. I don't even have regular TV. I'm usually either watching something on Netflix, Tubi, Hulu, stuff like that. Like I haven't even. Um, yeah, I just been so out of touch, man. If you want to catch me up to speed here real quick, that'd be appreciated.
Yeah, no, I mean, so basically, what he's got is he's rebooting the universe. He's made it known that most of the characters are going to be recast, but he's keeping, um, you know, uh, Amanda Waller, which that I can't argue with. That casting is spot on. So I mean, it's like yeah, I'm down for that one. Then he's keeping Cena's Peacemaker, which is probably because that's spun out of his movie and he produced a show, and
Mm,
I don't see why that's necessary. The show was okay. I mean, but like I just don't see why that's necessary. And then there
right.
was one other person he was keeping on, from the previous universe. I can't remember who it was, but I don't understand not going for the clean break. And then in terms of James Gunn, like I don't, everybody loves the Guardians, or a lot of people love the Guardians. I am not a huge Guardians guy. I don't.
Mm,
I don't know if this is a James Gunn thing or if this is a writer thing. Or who decided that the first one should be decided by a dance off. Like, you build this whole movie, this big bad, Ronan the Accuser guy, and then we're gonna dance off. Like I just that
yeah,
that
that
that level of
man.
silliness is just dumb to me, and I'm just not there for it. So I don't know.
Mhm.
It depends on what he does. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what he does with it. I mean,
Yeah, it's really just a wait and see at this point. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll
Pretty much, bro.
as the news and stuff comes out about that, that'll be something that we're bringing in every week and talking about.
Yeah.
And so, but no, but man, I thank you for joining. I think we had a good solid time here.
Oh yeah, definitely, brother. Definitely.
Yes, to those on the channel, I do realize I'm pretty sure there were parts where my mic was off, so I know it was probably gonna hear it in the comments. Hey, your mic's off, but I saw that with the this is the first time we're using this interface. You know,
Yeah.
we tested it a few times and we just decided we don't know what we don't know until we get in, we do it. So hopefully this won't
Yep.
be the worst one we do production wise. And everything will get better. But if there's any topics you'd like to see us talk about or have any questions or any comments on it, drop it down in the comment section. And we will get with y'all next time.